We often insult Jeffrey at the start of these videos, but Jeffrey is a young man who has fallen victim to the modern addictions, modern technology, social media, hyper-stimulating porn and video games. Is it Jeffrey's fault that he's down bad? It's so easy for us to make fun of him, but he's fighting an uphill battle. Jeffrey checks his phone and there's notifications in a certain shade of red that are so enticing that he just can't help but to click on them. Then he scrolls and scrolls and scrolls, falling victim to the social media platforms that use this endless scroll, like this death scroll technology. Hours and hours and hours every single day, every week, every month, every year, up until Jeffrey's left so depressed, empty, nihilistic, unaccomplished, and then Jeffrey kills himself. This isn't a meme. Jeffrey's a guy from your high school. Picture your high school class right now. You had maybe a main class, then you had a class for like maths and science and stuff. And picture the guys in your class. See their faces. Within a few years, at least one of those faces that you've just seen in your mind will kill themselves. You hear this statement and it doesn't, it's scary it's dark to hear this, and maybe you'll see it one day where people are posting about it on social media, but you never really take the time to visualize the last moments of a man who literally kills himself because of the modern technology has made him so depressed. He's crying, he's fighting negative thoughts. He's already been thinking about it for a while and then he decides to take action. Constant, overwhelming, relentless negative thoughts, bad mental health because of these platforms. He doesn't want to be this way, he doesn't want to be weak. But the modern world, this technology, it's extremely strong. It is incredibly hard to overcome the addictions that are caused by things like modern social media. The smallest things like that shade of red notification, they've optimized that. Those nerds in like Silicon Valley have optimized that because they know that spikes something inside of your brain to make you click on it. They understand, like, it's almost like a gambling machine where they understand that if they show you a good post, a post that they know that you'll like, followed by 6 posts that are going to be kind of boring and just mild, and then another post that you like that gives you dopamine, followed by 3 posts. It's different every time. You don't know when the next hit of dopamine is going to come, and it's so exciting, it's so addictive. That's how gambling works. Imagine those people who like just spend all day like cranking the gambling machines. They don't know when the next big hit, the reward is gonna hit. That makes it so much more addictive, and these nerds know this. They specifically create technology like this, knowing that it fucks up your mental health, knowing that it leads to people killing themselves, and they do it with a smile on their face because these nerds who work at like Facebook get paid $500K a year for being the death of society. When you think about the most powerful person, the most powerful people of society, you might think of like Donald Trump, like the president, wouldn't you? Maybe you'll think of like some big strong looking guy, but it's not. It's a nerd with like a tucked in shirt, forward neck posture, hunched over shoulders. I'm telling you right now that this is gonna sound weird. Nerds, Silicon Valley nerds, are more powerful than any president of any country. They control who is the president. How do people get picked for like presidency? How do people like vote? Through the information that they get, and information is controlled again by these like Silicon Valley nerds. The people in Silicon Valley, these tech like nerds, control who gets to be president by the control of information. They control what fucks up your mental health, what news goes viral and what news doesn't. And the biggest thing that they want, why these like guys, these little nerds are employed into these big companies like Facebook, retention. There's one main reason why these people are employed. It's for retention, to retain you, to keep you on the platform for longer and longer and longer. Imagine these guys are very, very smart. These are like extremely smart, like geeks. They're being employed, paid hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, and their sole mission is to make the platform more addictive. Then imagine if this company has hundreds of these employees, the best, smartest minds, and these nerds, bro, they're optimizing shit. They're literally taking like nootropics, like brain altering like pills, and like they do some fucked up shit to like improve their performance, their cognitive abilities, to write better code, to come up with more ideas. All of these guys are like microdosing and everything. That is what we're up against. You've wanted to like take a step back from porn or video games or social media. You are just one young man going against hundreds, if not thousands of these software developers, these data analysts. They know everything. I just made a video which is gonna go live like today. It's Monday the 18th. You can go find it on my channel. It's just literally titled Delete Instagram Now. And I was telling you the story of like what's made me delete my Instagram, which I got fucking pissed, right? I spent an hour on the platform when I didn't mean to. I literally meant to just go onto it to send a single message, and I ended up scrolling for over an hour and a half, seeing like 50 different girl profiles, and like, oh my god, this girl's got big titties and she's not that far away, so like my evolutionary brain is getting excited, but then the next profile that I click on is like a big muscular guy, so it's like, oh fuck, that's really scary. Like, think about what that is doing to your psychological like space. And then I said in this video that the way I expressed my frustration for when that happened, you know, I spent too long on Instagram, was by grabbing my phone, going on to my Instagram stories and recording myself like being frustrated. I was frustrated at Instagram and I went on Instagram to vent my frustration. I said that, I sat there for a second and I literally looked at the camera and said, oh fuck, they have us by the balls. You don't realize how addicted you are and the people are around you. Hopefully you're one of the very few people who've made some good progress here. And if you have, if right now you're watching this and you've made some pretty good progress reducing your social media time, reducing how much you watch porn or play video games, right now, you know, yeah, it's nice. You know, you're acknowledging it, fair enough. You don't realize what you've just done. You have just done something that should be impossible. If you have made progress to reduce your social media use, that literally means you are winning against these thousands of nerds. Their total pay is in the hundreds of millions per company, if not more. You versus thousands of nerds who are microdosing, who are on nootropics, who are like literally employed just to make sure you stay addicted to the platform. If you've made any progress at all, bro, holy shit, you're a fucking legend. And if you haven't, if right now you still feel like you are in the depths of like social media addiction, porn addiction, video game addiction, it's all the same. When I talk about these like Silicon Valley nerds for like Facebook, it's also the same nerds who are designing like Pornhub. It's also the same nerds who are designing like video games. It's all the same kind of technology. All of these nerds have been hired literally for the one cause of retention. Make people stay here for longer. If you haven't made great progress just yet and you find yourself, okay, you are still in the depths of this addiction, it's not your fault. It is perhaps one of the hardest like modern day rites of passage that you could ever come across, is taking a step back. I just want you to see the life that is waiting for you. On a practical sense, if you cut out this cancer from your life, the three big things, social media, video games, and porn, on a practical sense, you will save probably more than 10 hours per week. That's realistic, isn't it? It's probably more than that. That 10 hours is literally how you, as a young, ambitious man, are able to build your kingdom. The progress that you've wanted, you know, you've always wanted to like be financially free and have freedom and success and confidence. It comes from being in control of your time. When you have time, you can then go invest that into things like learning, getting therapy, spending time in nature, sleeping more, all of these things which are so good for you. And then when you start putting that time, when you're like a healthy person and you put that time then into a business, a career, your studies, you get that success that you've always wanted. You feel more confident and you're making money and you can give money to your family. I was only ever able to make any progress in life and feel productive in life at age 22. Guess what I did? I cut it all off at the same time. Social media, video games, and porn at the same time. May 2020, I cut it all off, and that was literally the start of like the new chapter of my life. And I became very successful after that because I saved all this time. Now my mental power, like my mental focus, isn't going to like these girls just showing ass on Instagram. Finally, I'm harnessing it for myself and I'm thinking, okay, let's put in some fucking work for myself for once. Let's gather my attention, my focus into my own things that will actually develop my life rather than consuming this mindless content. That is a modern day rite of passage for men. I want you to just see the vision that I see. First, the negative vision. If you don't make progress in this, if you continue to be somewhat of a normal person who makes excuses, even though your excuses seem valid, shut the fuck up. Oh, I can't delete Instagram and Snapchat because there's someone to message. Shut the fuck up. Don't you fucking say that to yourself. Don't you sell yourself short. Don't you like advertise for these nerds. Oh, but there's messages. Shut the fuck up. If there was important messages for you to reply to on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, bro, you'd have each other's phone numbers. If they don't have your phone number, if you don't have theirs, if you don't text each other, it wasn't ever that important. It's not you talking. This is so fucking interesting. When you argue for something that you know is so totally bad for you, social media, video games, and porn, when you argue for it, that isn't even you thinking. That's the addiction. It's the same way the heroin addicts say like, oh no, but it's good for me, I can't stop. Fucking weed smokers every day like, oh no, but it makes me creative and it's not even that bad. Video game as well, but it's a video game ideas and I might be an esports. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I might be an esports player. It's the same way fat people talk about like unhealthy food. That is the addiction talking. Become aware of it. Become aware when you have a thought that is not in your best interest and realize that is like the Jeffrey part of your brain that's trying to keep you weak. This may be some of the weirdest, most specific, like weirdest fucking advice you've ever heard before. A lot of the times you can't trust your own brain. A lot of the times your brain will push you, like your entire body will crave things that aren't good for you. You know this. You will get cravings for things that aren't good for you. Porn, video games, junk food, drugs. You'll get cravings for them. You will have every reason to believe that you want those things. You don't. You rationally know, you objectively know that these things are bad for you. But you have this feeling inside of you, and the majority of young men are so weak, so uncertain, so unaware that this is a concept that you have, like a Jeffrey brain, that they listen to it. They feel like watching porn, so they watch porn. They feel like there's a good reason to be on social media, so they go on social media. They don't realize that a lot of the things, like the feelings that you have and the thoughts that you have, don't actually serve you. They are manipulated. Your thoughts and your feelings and your desires and your cravings are manipulated by the modern addictions. These nerds are being paid a very good price to manipulate your brain and to make you feel like you need to stay onto the platform because otherwise you're gonna miss out and you're gonna be lonely. But I need to be on there to message people. That isn't your brain talking. It's the message that's been implanted by these fucking nerds who want to make you feel like you're gonna miss out. FOMO, fear of missing out. That's literally what they've implanted into your brain. If there was an important conversation, if there was an important person that you valued, you would have each other's phone number and you would text each other, you would call, or you would send messages on like WhatsApp. If they don't have your phone number, if you don't have theirs, that conversation was never important. 77,000 followers is what I'm giving up by not using Instagram anymore. That's a good level of fucking clout. I want you to imagine, right? Imagine you had 77,000 followers on Instagram. Imagine you go meet a new person and you exchange Instagram. Imagine you go speak to a girl and she's kind of nice and she's kind of vibing you and you exchange Instagrams and she sees that number, 77K. Now she likes you. Now she's more interested. You meet another guy and he sees, oh my God, you've got so many followers. What do you do? 77,000 followers is what I'm giving up because it only just hit me. Like I knew this, but I fell into the trap. Or for the last 6 months, I kind of just like forgotten. I just thought like, oh yeah, you know, I'm using Instagram and it's really nice and I'm using it mindfully. I swear, shut the fuck up. It just hit me yesterday. The most that I had before this was like 900 followers. Bro, this is how I'm just gonna be totally fucking honest. This is how I get girls. It's my Instagram. The pictures I post and the fact that I've got like clout. This is how I've met like a bunch of guys who like look up to me and you know like high status kind of attractive guys message me and they're like, oh bro, we should do a workout and everything. How I'm making friends. I'm giving that up for the ROI of improving my mental health because that is the single best thing that if there is something, bro, this is just a general thing that I like piece of advice I can give you. If there is something that improves your mental health, that is incredibly valuable. The things that improve your mental health are quite literally have a life-saving ROI. Return on investment. ROI is return on investment. I want you to think of that. The things that improve your mental health literally have a life-saving return on investment. This isn't just about like a one-time return on investment and it's like, yo, double your money, bro. You'll get to live. If you commit yourself to the things that improve your mental health, and perhaps one of the single most important things that we all need to talk about is stopping social media, video games, porn. You'll get to live. And then you'll be so saddened when you look around and you see everyone else consumed, staring into their fucking phones like Jeffries. And you'll try and save as many people as possible. And you'll realize why I'm making a video exactly like this. The real alpha males are no longer like those big steroid tough guys. The guys in power, the guys who are in charge, are these skinny neck, forward neck, hunched over posture nerds, and they know what they're doing. They know that they're taking away your family from you. They know that they're taking away your friends from you. They know that the girl that you're gonna date in the future, they know that they're making her addicted to the validation that she can get from other guys on this platform, and that's what's gonna ruin your relation, your like romantic relationship. The single most important thing of your life, like the girl you might have had a family with, and they've fucked her mental health and they know it. They know what they're doing, and now so do you. So any excuse that pops into your mind now that I've got to use it to message my family and like whatever fucking excuse, bro, they've planted that fucking message in there. Social media is a cancer. Porn is a cancer. Video games are cancer. Quitting all three is a rite of passage for men. But make sure you follow me on Instagram. Fuck off. This video has got you feeling a certain kind of way, doesn't it? You don't often feel like this when you're watching YouTube videos, do you? This is not just a normal YouTube video. This is not just a normal YouTube channel. This is a cult. Literally a cult. I am your cult leader, Hamza. And our vision in this cult, like I'm openly fucking saying that I'm leading a cult. A cult of young men who are taking a step back from modern addictions, social media, video games, porn, even more drugs, junk food. Cult of young men who want to become more masculine, but who want to be around to live that life with improved mental health. A cult of young men who are literally gratitude journaling and not jacking off watching porn anymore and meditating, going out to the gym, building a body that we're like proud of and that gives us confidence and happiness, bringing our brothers up. This is a cult. That might sound weird to hear because no one else has ever had the confidence to tell you, but joining us might just be one of the best decisions you ever make in your life. It might save your life, as it has for thousands of men in my cult. The future, the vision that I want you to see into your mind right now. See yourself in third person right now. Like this is, I know this is weird, but like close your eyes, really see yourself in third person and just see yourself finally doing those right habits. Almost like flashes of you just being fucking productive, running around, like lifting weights, looking fucking sick, looking like stylish as fuck. You've been improving yourself. You're doing like weird habits like meditating and journaling, all that shit that you knew, like you've been told so many times that you should do that stuff, that you should prioritize your sleep, that you shouldn't be watching porn or video games. Like you've taken a step back from that. You've raised your slunken head away from your computer screen and you're out there like navigating, like penetrating through the world. A confident smile on your face. Finally the life that you've wanted to live. And that's literally the short term. That's the life you will live weeks from now. Weeks from now you can have that life. Close your eyes once more and now see this in the long term. See years fly by. Years of you living a life like this, and you see the people around you just living like that unideal bad habit, and it's so different to the way that you've been living, and the law of the compound effect starts really hitting, and your life is so different after implementing and staying consistent in all of these good habits. You're a lot older and more mature, and like you look built and successful and productive. Your mental health is so fucking good, whilst other people that you know have literally killed themselves. And then close your eyes once more. Years from now, you meet her, and she has been on the same journey as you, and you have children, and you're the kind of father who has been meditating for years, who's physically and mentally healthy, who's grateful and present, warm, loving. You've got brothers around you, men that you really respect who have been on the same pathway. You teach your son these things, and he lives a life just like you. Through your son's eyes, imagine what he sees when it's time for him to go to school. Let's say he's a teenager, he's in high school. Imagine how dark and deep the addictions of his generation will be. How different your son will be because of you and the actions that you take today. If there's one message I could ever give you, one piece of advice you could ever take from me, one advice, and then never watch me ever again, please make it this. Prioritize your mental health above everything else. And things that reduce your mental health, particularly social media, video games, and porn, must be eliminated. It's up to you. You've gotten the message. This is the message you've been waiting for. You've gotten like the kick up your butt to say, yep, time to take action. Are you gonna take action right now? Answer, literally say out loud, yes or no. Are you gonna take this step in the right direction? And really sit here and contemplate how much these companies, these nerds have you by the balls and say, you know what? That is unacceptable. I'm gonna take a big step back from this shit. I'm not watching porn anymore. That shit's disgusting. I'm not playing video games. I don't have time for that shit. Social media, bro, I don't even need it. I'm gonna be that almost like mysterious guy who doesn't even have it anymore. And the people who are really important to me have got my phone number. And you know what? I'll even have more time to go onto video calls with them. I'm gonna be more social than ever when I give up social media. If that is the life that you wanna live, say it right now. Affirm it to yourself and say, yes, that is the path that I'm going down, and visualize yourself making those small decisions throughout your day, not grabbing your phone, not clicking on the apps. Delete the apps right now. Fucking delete your accounts on those apps. This might be just some of the best thing that you ever do in your entire life. Your future relies on this, and your son's future relies on this. If you watch this far of this video, you know that this is not a normal YouTube channel. Scroll down right now, click on subscribe, and then click on my channel name, and just have a look at some of the other videos that I've posted. I try like my best to, stay humble and everything. It's something that I'm working on, but bro, you know what? I'm gonna start saying this shit, bro. I think I've saved thousands of men's lives. I think I've helped tens of thousands of young men take a better path. But I'm not the one doing the work. This is just a message. It's just inspiration, education, and maybe wisdom. You have to decide right now to take action on this. And it's incredibly powerful, these small things like saying it to yourself. Yes, I will take action on this. Yes, I will reduce my social media usage. Seeing it in your mind, almost playing like a movie of you just like removing the apps from your phone and saying, yep, I'm done with that life. I'm not downloading this shit anymore. If that's the action that you're willing to take, welcome to my cult. We are a cult of young men who are inspired to do better, to improve ourselves, and try and become more like Adonis, the ultimate male. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.